Now, if you didn't already know, we're in a global pandemic in which, at the time of recording, over 2 million people have lost their lives, with millions more inevitably suffering the long-term effects of this virus. Even the lucky ones who haven't had it, myself included, are suffering the negative mental health effects from being stuck inside all the time. And to be honest, I was close to giving up. I was struggling to see a light at the end of the tunnel until recently. I discovered it's not all doom and gloom. Oh no! There is a special group of people that are doing all they can to help us not give up. Who is this group of people, I hear you ask? It's obvious, isn't it? Influencers! Forget healthcare workers, forget them. The NHS, overrated, mate. Who gives a shit about them? If it wasn't for Sharon Sparkles, 23, from the East Midlands, Instagramming her morning poolside routine from her villa in Dubai, I think we would have all truly given up. This video is about hashtag influencers. Here we go. Influencers have come under scrutiny recently, travelling to places like Dubai and the Bahamas, despite travel restrictions, using the loophole of it being essential work. The essential work being to post Instagram stories by a port to motivate people. Now, there's an influencer called Sheridan Mordu. Don't worry, I hadn't either. And Sheridan was interviewed on This Morning by Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby about this exact thing. Let's watch a bit of the interview, shall we?
Sheridan Mordu is a fitness blogger who travelled to Dubai at the start of January. Despite her area being in Tier 4 restrictions at the time, she claims she was able to travel as it was an essential work trip to provide sunny content for her followers.
Okay, so sunny content for her followers is essential work, is it? Okay. So what happens if it starts to drizzle? Does she have to fuck off home? Yeah, I mean, it's cloudy, but technically you are still a key worker. Still cloudy, still a key worker. Oh, actually. Oh, that's a bit of drizzle. Pack your stuff, love. You're fucking off home.
Is this essential for you to do this in Dubai, where you are there, rather than here in England?
The reason that I come out to Dubai was purely for business. Like I said, I'm a personal trainer, so a lot of the gyms are closed. Everything was in tiers. So basically, I took my online business over to Dubai.
Keep it online, Sheridan, mate. That is exactly where it needs to be. Hang on, how do you take an online business to Dubai? People selling stuff like Pokemon cards on eBay. That's an online business, and not once have I seen Randolph pack up his stuff and go set up a little stall outside the Burj Khalifa. I've got a shiny Vulpix. Anyone want a shiny Vulpix?
But like I say, I used to do it in Britain, but now I'm doing it in Dubai, so it's exactly the same kind of concept.
So she's just admitted she can literally do the same job at home in Britain. She just wants to do it in Dubai. We all want to go to Dubai, Sheridan, but we also don't want to kill nans, mate. I guess this confirms it, doesn't it? If you fancy an all-exclusive month in Abu Dhabi, don't worry about the national lockdown. Just get a couple followers, call yourself an influencer, and before you know it...
Are you currently stuck in a stupid national lockdown? Of course you are. It's a lockdown. Are you currently bored out of your pathetic little mind? Of course you are. It's a lockdown. Are you unable to go to work, leaving you and your family struggling financially? Of course you are. Well, now you can wave goodbye to all of those worries with our brand new Get Out of Lockdown free card. Our brand new Get Out of Lockdown free card comes fully packed with one social media account preloaded with a handful of followers, the word influencer written in the bio, probably in a fancy italic font, and of course, that elusive one-way ticket to sunny Dubai. Wave goodbye to travel restrictions. You're about to hashtag influence. Just remember, post those selfies. Our nation needs you. Terms and conditions apply. You will not actually influence anybody. You may significantly increase the rate of COVID-19, but at least you'll still be able to visit a really expensive steak restaurant and have that Salt Bay bloke sprinkle salt in that funny little way that he does.
Here are some of Sheridan's stories she's posted whilst being over in Dubai. Look at that. I mean, that's key work, if ever I've seen it. Shagging a bottle of still water. That's what she's doing.
The main reason was for my own self, mental health kind of thing. So obviously during the second lockdown, I was really struggling. As the third lockdown was coming in, obviously, because I'm a business, because I'm a PT, and I had this idea and I could not be bothered. Like, I shouldn't really be saying it because obviously...
We're all struggling, okay? I mean, recently I've been lower than I've ever been before. I'm sure a lot of you out there can relate. And that's why together, if we all just fucking knuckle down and stick to the rules, we can get through this shit time together. Pictures like these might motivate some people. I can't understand it myself, but they might. But take it from me when I say that the vast majority of us, Sheridan, don't want to see it. It's not motivational. In fact, it has the reverse effect. Okay, now I've got two things I just want to say before we get back to the video. First of all, the government have been fucking shit. They've never been clear or given us a definitive set of rules. There's been a grey area, right? And that's why people are exploiting this grey area. I mean, Matt Lucas summed it up best when he was impersonating Boris in this clip.
We are saying, don't go to work, go to work. Don't take public transport, go to work, don't go to work. Stay indoors. If you can work from home, go to work, don't go to work. Go outside, don't go outside. And then we will or won't something or other.
That clip was fucking perfect for the time. Now, and as much as I hate the government, and trust me, I fucking hate the government, now when it comes to travel restrictions alone, right, they are being very, very clear on when you're allowed to travel and when you're not. They're still being very ambiguous about all the other shit, but the travel restrictions, very clear. Watch these clips.
People should simply not be travelling. Well, even at St Pancras, people have been turning up with their skis. That is clearly not acceptable. We see plenty of influencers on social media showing off about which parts of the world that they are in. Going on holiday is not an exemption, and it's important that people stay at home.
International travel right now should not be happening unless it's absolutely necessary. You know, no parties in Paris or weekends in Dubai. That is not on, and in most cases, it's against the law.
Couple of twats. Anyway, they're being clear now. I mean, even if they're not being clear, it doesn't take a fucking brain surgeon to work out that riding a camel through the fucking Middle East is not key work. However, I just want to say, right, that back in September, I went to a football match. And whilst I was at this football match, I didn't adhere to the 2-metre rule. Silly move. I put my hands up. I was wrong. I apologise. I was wearing a mask, but as you can see from these two pictures, it did come off and I didn't fix it, right? Stupid fucking idiot. Back in September, when I went to the there was no national lockdown. There was no tier system. There were no travel restrictions. Now, I'm not excusing it for a second. I'm just stating that there is a difference in severity between September and now. The reason I mention this, though, is because if I call somebody out for something, I do think I kind of owe it to you guys to also admit that I'm not perfect myself. I've made mistakes. But my point is, the law is very much black and white now. Let's move on.
I think a lot of the time as well, like I had quite a few, well, actually quite a lot of messages of young girls who are saying, do you know what, like I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling depressed, like I can't be able to get off the settee, and they were coming to me with their issues.
Sorry, but how does riding a fucking camel help some girl sat at home on a sofa in Scunthorpe? Do you know what? If she sat there and she went, look, I fucked off to Dubai because I can't be arsed with a UK lockdown, I'd actually have to respect the honesty. But no, instead she's going on like she deserves a fucking Bronze Duke of Edinburgh award, 15 grand in premium bonds and a fucking OBE.
You actually said a lot of girls are like, you're such an inspiration being in the sun when everyone else is stuck in the house.
If that's inspirational, then somebody should have told Captain Tom. Do you know what I mean? He should have fucked off them 100 laps of his garden, hopped on a little quad bike and had a little razz through the desert. Oh, God. That is a truly inspiring quote, Sheridan, I'll be honest.
You're such an inspiration being in the sun when everyone else is stuck in the house.
Mums up and down the country are currently ripping off their live, laugh, love stencils off the living room walls, aren't they? Imagine that one being up on the wall in italics. You're such an inspiration being in the sun when everyone else is stuck at home. I think that was Gandhi, actually, that said that. It brings a fucking tear to my eye.
It's tough because I've been torn between, do I post things, do I not post things, what's right, what's wrong?
So she's just said that she's torn between posting things or not posting things. But this whole argument is her claiming that she's an influencer and that her job is to motivate people through her posts. So if she doesn't post things, then by definition, she's not working. So then she shouldn't fucking be over there.
And obviously it was my birthday as well, so I was posting like my birthday night out, but then a side of me was thinking, do you know what, like it's my life. Like, I've got the opportunity to go, I'm not hurting anybody.
Well, I mean, if you get the virus and you give it to one other person, then you are literally hurting people.
I think in a world where you can be anything, be kind. And I think a lot of people forget about that.
Okay. Rant time, as if I'm not already doing that. I fucking hate when people use the mantra, be kind, as some kind of get out of drama free card. Almost like a kind of easy way to not be held accountable for their actions. You can't just do something shitty and then be called out for it and go, oh, but be kind, and expect people to then just forget about it and go, oh, well, we won't mention the bad thing that you did. Because if you can, and I'm wrong, then how far is this going to go? Imagine Ted Bundy sat in the electric chair, like that. Ted, any last words? And he goes, yeah, actually, be kind. What's gonna happen? Is suddenly the executioner gonna go, ooh, Ew! I've just had a fucking epiphany. Be kind, that is a good, he's bang on. So we are being nasty. We were gonna kill you. Let's turn them electrics off, can we? Unshackle him, I'll get you an Uber, Ted. All right, you sit there. Can we get him an Uber? Male driver, yeah, probably a good idea. Go on then, come on Ted, off you go, you little scamp. You little runt you, go on, fuck off. Sorry, went a bit off piece there, but be kind should not be a get out of drama free card for when somebody does something shit. Now, I never normally say this in my videos, but I kind of feel compelled to say it this time. Thousands of influencers have done this or are doing this. And Sheridan, because of our interview on this morning, she has very much become the poster girl for this. And I don't necessarily think that's fair. Sounds very hypocritical of me, and I understand why you'd think that. Because if Sheridan is becoming the poster girl for this, then I'm certainly one of the people blue tacking that poster to a tree in the middle of the park for everyone to see. I do just want to stress more than ever that I don't think people should swarm to her social media and give her shit for just to make it super clear that she's not the only one doing it. I thought we'll have a little reaction to somebody else that's done a similar thing. Here's TikTok megastar Noah Beck, who's known for posting stuff like this on TikTok.
Down, I got a heavy wrist. She gave me sloppy, that shit was so excellent.
I know. Art. Unlike Sheridan with her 11,000 followers, this bloke's got a couple more. He's got 25 million followers. But to be fair to Noah, he hasn't been swanning off to Dubai. No. He went to the Bahamas.
What's up, Noah? Welcome back. How was the trip to the Bahamas?
It was really fun.
It was really fun?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what the other key workers say. Janine's just finished a 14-hour shift at the NHS in the ICU. Comes home. It was really fun. It was really fun today. A couple of granddads died, but ultimately it was a proper laugh.
You guys are getting a lot of backlash for going to Bahamas. What do you think about that?
It is what it is, you know, like...
Yeah.
Oh! Like that's a valid answer. Imagine a police officer pulls someone over, sir, why did you just run over that small child? It is what it is, you know? Like, yeah, fair point. Go on your way, scamp, on your way. Have a good day.
I think, especially like in the business that we're in, I think that it's like, you need some time to kind of disconnect for a little, you know?
Yeah.
In the business that he's in. Remember, this is the business that he's in.
It was just a little trip to get away, like, wanted to get away from everything, and like...
We all do, Noah, that's the point. But not all of us are c***s. Try and justify your little Bahama bash to me. Go on, why are you allowed to go?
We took a private jet.
Private jet, hashtag relatable. But to be fair, I guess that reduces some risk, doesn't it?
So it was just us.
Okay.
We had our own little cabana where like no one was near us.
Yeah, but that's normal, isn't it? He's basically just saying that he didn't share his accommodation with any strangers. Yeah, I did go to Dubai. But I had my own hotel room. The man, the myth, the legend. Am I right, girls?
Yeah.
Then yeah, there were a few times where we went into like the water park area.
What is the point then? Sorry. What is the point then? What is private jet, private cabana, but you're swimming about with thousands of others in a fucking lazy Susan.
But like the whole hotel itself, like the resort, it was like 20% capacity, so there's barely anyone there.
Come here. Like, shush. Why do you think the hotel was 20% full, eh? Think about it. And also, why do you think there was why was there barely anyone there? Yes, pandemic, deadly virus. See, you are, when you think about things, you get them right. You go on, you get down, you sit. There you go, Opie, you've been a good boy. Here's a little protein cookie. Now stay. Literally fucking stay at home.
Someone who's like commenting on our stuff, like, you guys need to like stay home and stuff like that. Let's say we DM one of them.
Yeah.
We're like, yo, we want to fly you out to Bahamas. Like,
oh yeah, they're gonna be down for sure.
Now, one of my main issues with this is jealousy. I am jealous of people that are doing things like this. I hate being indoors. I would love nothing more right now than to go on a little all-inclusive to Dubai or the Bahamas. But there becomes a point when you have to feel for people in the intensive care units, laying in hospital beds, that can't even go home, let alone go for a fucking round trip to the Costa del Sol. I guess what I'm trying to say is just because you want to do something doesn't necessarily mean you should. Yeah? I want to sleep with Margot Robbie, but you don't see me trying to smuggle Rohypnol into New Zealand.
I always just say do what makes you happy, and like, yes, Like there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. But at the same time, it's like,
that's enough of that. I'm not even saying they're nasty people. Do you know what I mean? They're probably nice people, but their issue is that they're just a bit thick. And when you're dumb, you have the tendency to do dumb things. And right now, in the world that we live in, dumb things are dangerous things. And that's why these people need to be called out. That's enough for today. Sorry that got a bit serious. Today, I just want to finish on a more somber tone, if you will. Because a couple of weeks ago, this virus truly did hit home. A girl that I went to school with, a girl that was in my very same classes, a girl that used to work in the post office near mine and used to help send off my merchandise that some of you may have. She passed away on Boxing Day. She was taken into hospital. She tested positive for COVID-19 and she passed away. Now, I'm not sitting here and claiming to have known her very well. I barely knew her at all. But when something like that happens on your doorstep, so to speak, it really does sort of bring home the severity of this situation that we're living in. So I'd just like to finish this video by telling you guys that I'm leaving a Just Giving link in the description down below. If you've got a couple of quid spare that you can donate, then all of the money on that Just Giving page will go to this woman's parents to help give her a send-off that anyone would deserve. If you can spare a few quid, that would be absolutely lovely, but of course no dramas if you can't. I'm also going to put a few links to NHS-based charities as well, because some of those might take your fancy. It's completely up to you. Anyway guys, my name's been JaackMaate. Please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'll see you next week when hopefully I'll have something funnier for you. Until then, stay safe.